Hey, college and career success. Welcome to Fall 2022. My name is Dr. Linda Remark, and I will be your instructor for this 16-week fully online course. At the beginning of the semester, I always like to hop on and have a video that introduces you to the course as well as just some basic course navigation so that you can start to feel comfortable with how you're going to be kind of clicking through and working through our course. I do want to say that if this is your very first online course, you've never taken an online course here at the college before, you will not even be able to log in this far to the course. In fact, you will get like a little pop-up when you log into Blackboard saying, hey, you need to take the Succeeding Online Orientation. And if you try to click into our course, it's not going to let you get very far. So you will need to take, it's about 6 modules. Students take anywhere from half an hour to an hour and a half. It just really depends on your pacing and how you go about and how thorough you are with clicking through everything, honestly, to get through that orientation. But you will not be able to access our course until you take that. If you've already taken an online course previous to this semester, then you should be completely fine. You should be able to click right in whenever this course is open on the first day of class. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. When you do get inside the course, you're going to land on this Start Here section, which just kind of gives you this overview of the expectations of the course, just a real quick snapshot of what we're going to be talking through throughout the entire course this semester. Here's a little flyer about some connectivity and things like that through the Stark libraries if you're interested in looking at that information. You'll see an instructor welcome. So this is where you will learn a little bit about myself. I have been teaching here for 14 years now, and I teach this class and the 1 credit hour version of this. I teach reading classes face-to-face. So I do a little bit of multiple things here. I teach in different modalities. I'm completely face-to-face for some classes. I'm Web 2 for some, which means I teach 1 day a week and then the rest is online. And then for you all, like Web 3, where we do not meet at all face-to-face. We do not meet on Zoom. We do not have to log in at the same time. We are a true Web 3 course. Here's information about where I got my degrees, a little bit about my family. So all of that is in there, so just so you can get to know me a little bit. After you have read through my welcome, keep scrolling down here, you'll see the master syllabus. So the master syllabus will open up in this PDF, and this is just a very general syllabus. This is not going to get into like the very nitty-gritties of our sections, but it does say, you're taking a 3 credit hour course. Here's the course description. Our course meets all of these general learning outcomes. It meets the following course objectives. You can see there's several, so those are the things that will be guiding our assignments and our chapters throughout the 16 weeks. Here's information on our policies and where you can find them. If you have any kind of academic need, the Disability Support Services office is on campus for your assistance. You can contact them here at this information, this number here. Some information about computer usage, and then student success resources. These are things that we will talk about throughout the semester as well. So you'll see these embedded in many of our weekly discussions and assignments. After you've taken a look at your master syllabus, you can click on our fall class syllabus. And I always like to open this one up into its own PDF up here. So I'm going to walk you through our syllabus here just a little bit. This is very specific to our sections. You can see there are 2 sections merged together, which is why you're going to see a little over 50 students in here because it's 2 classes in one. Again, my name is Dr. Linda Remark. We are in an entirely online class. So again, no Zoom sessions unless you wanted to make an appointment. No getting online at the same time. It's working at your own pace within the construct of each week. There will be due dates. So we cannot be in week 3 of the semester and you working still on week 1. So it's still paced, but you're still working at your own speed throughout the week. I am on campus more than these hours, but these are the hours you can expect to be able to reach me in my office. You can call me on my extension, you can email me, we can set up a Zoom, anything like that. And then I'm available sometimes in the evenings if you wanted to arrange like a Zoom call there as well. It's totally up to you. I like to make sure, especially the first couple weeks of the semester, that I'm really available to you all. We do have a textbook in here. However, it is an online text and it's free, and so I'm going to talk about your online textbook in a little bit, in a few minutes here, but just letting you know that there is a text, it's embedded in our course, so it's nice and easy since it's already online, it's an online textbook as well. All right, so how are you going to be graded in the class? So you're going to have assignments every single week. Some of them are going to be kind of like a discussion board / journal entries. Sometimes you'll have like a quiz. Sometimes you'll have an automatically graded assignment. There's just a mixture of different assignments. And you are going to have weekly lecture videos as well as weekly assignment videos, which is going to walk you through the content that you're going to need to understand every week or every chapter. And then I'll have a separate video that's going to walk you through every assignment that you have to do for the week to just make sure that you are knowing what those expectations are. So all work is going to be submitted electronically since we are an online class, right through Blackboard. Every once in a while, if you need to send something via an email attachment, that is okay as well. The discussion posts, as I mentioned, every chapter, so not necessarily every single week, but every chapter plus the introduction chapter has a discussion prompt, and those are highly used for engagement purposes as well as attendance. You're going to need to respond to each of those. So when I say a response, an original response is about 150 words. And so some students like to open up like their Word document and type it in there so they can kind of pay attention to their word count. You do have a space inside Blackboard. You can type it and it keeps track of your words as well. If you're a little under 150 words, I'm not going to take off points for that. But if it's significant, if it's clearly like around 100 words or, 75, then I do start taking off points. So you want to make sure that you stay around that 150 word. And the reason these classes do that is because in your other writing classes that you'll have to take, there are word minimums that you'll have to meet. After you post your original response, and every week for attendance purposes, those will be due on Wednesdays. Now you'll also have to respond to 2 classmates, and you can respond to more, but this kind of takes the place, since we're online, of like that classroom engagement as you're having a conversation with a classmate. Those are due by Sunday. So when I say respond to a classmate, that means, a couple sentences, a meaningful response, not just I agree, I disagree, or yes or no. So you want to make sure that you're taking time to respond to those classmates. So let's say that you are working through the week and you miss the Wednesday attendance deadline. Still go ahead and post, because you can still get credit for posting and still get those assignment points, but you'll be marked late for attendance. But I don't want you to completely miss those attendance points, because you can still get 50%, and then you can still get your assignment points for posting in the forum anyway. So just keep that in mind. Aim obviously for hitting the Wednesday attendance deadline, but even if you miss it, you can still get those late points. Now in the weeks where you do not have a discussion post, because there are weeks where there's no discussion post, you will have assignments all due by Sunday, and that's how I'll take attendance. So let's say there are 2 assignments due on Sunday. If you submit both of those assignments, you'll get 100% attendance for that week. Now, if you miss one and you only submit one, you'll get 50% attendance. So just pay attention to those weeks as well. We'll cover approximately 1 chapter a week. You'll have quizzes from each chapter. They're going to be short answer, and they're going to be about 2 to 5 complete sentences. And you're going to kind of merge your personal experience with like textbook. And so I'll show you those quizzes when I do go over those individual weekly assignments. There's going to be a career services assignment, and then there are some breakdown of points down here. You can see the assignments, the forums, the quizzes, how much each of those are worth total. Here are some general class policies. I kind of touched on this above. You need to be checking in, especially the first few weeks. I would recommend logging in multiple times just to make sure that you're staying on top of everything. And this goes over those discussion boards and, if we don't have a discussion board for the week. Here's some information on withdrawal dates. We're a 16-week course, so you have until November 21st. And let's say your work schedule changes or something goes on where you can no longer kind of keep up with maybe your online classes. You have until the 21st of November to get this class or any other 16-week class off your schedule. And then below here is the calendar. So every week you can see I've put in the dates, what week it correlates with, and then what we're working on that week. I've tried to make sure I've made this stand out. If there's a discussion post due, that it's due by Wednesday and responded to classmates by Sunday, everything else due by Sunday. And you can see already, let's say week 6, for instance, has no discussion forum. And so you have to complete all of those on Sunday for your weekly attendance. So you'll see that happen just a few times it happens again in week 13, it happens again in week 14. So just kind of pay attention to the weeks where there is no discussion forum. So you are still getting those attendance points. And that is your syllabus. There's another breakdown there. I always encourage my online students to either save the syllabus to the desktop or print out a copy so it's just easily available to you. All right, so after you've taken some time looking at the class syllabus, you can scroll down. There's a link to your textbook. So if you click on that link, it's going to open you right up to your textbook, and it is going to take you right to chapter 1. Here we go. I always like to get those little pop-ups there. It takes you right into chapter 1, and this is a fairly easy book to navigate through. You can search right here some different concepts or different chapters. The table of contents is over here, and you can collapse it and you can bring it back open. When you're going through, I always like to have it closed when I'm going through. Let's say you're reading all this. You get to the end of the page and just hit next. That's just how you navigate. And then whenever you're ready to go to a different section, whether it's in the same chapter or you want to scroll to another chapter, you just do a drop down and there it is. There's also a highlighting tool so you can highlight and make notes and keep track of those. If you like to do that with your electronic textbook, you can go to the chapter, you can pick your colors, and basically you're just, highlighting and adding what color, if you want to have a little note there, and it's going to keep track of it for you over there if you like to do highlighting with these online textbooks. This is not the only place that your book will be embedded. Every single individual week will have a link to your textbook, and it's going to take you right to the chapter that is needed. So it's nice and easy access, but here's the full link. And the rest of this here are just some basic resources. If you needed information on how to upload PDFs, which I will also talk about inside your weekly videos. Just, again, other resources, Blackboard resources, different expectations, grading rubrics and discussions. So feel free to look around. My guess is as the first couple weeks of the semester go by, you're going to need the Start Here section a little less and less. You're going to mostly be landing at this lessons area. So when we click into lessons, you're going to see, there's another textbook link. You're going to see all of the weeks. Right now they're grayed out because it's not time for them to open yet, but they are going to be set up in a very similar fashion. So I'm going to click just on week 2, just kind of show you. Everyone will open up, every week will open up. It's going to say, hey, this is what you're going to be doing. It's going to be reviewing. Here's what you're going to be completing this week. You can see that there's several assignments connected with chapter 1, and I remind you again when they're due. And then you're going to have your materials folder, which is just what it sounds like, the materials that are going to be needed to help you get through the week. When I upload my weekly lecture videos, I will be using, you can see again, it links right to chapter 1. I will be using a combination of a slideshow, maybe a little bit of the chapter, to kind of walk through and talk about the different concepts related to each chapter. Then you'll have your actual assignment folder. This is where you're going to, here's your discussion board. Here are the assignments. So these are things that are going to help you complete those assignments. And again, inside the weekly videos is where I will walk you through the very specifics of how to do these things. So I don't want you to worry about not knowing how to upload documents or post a discussion forum, because I will walk you through all of that in your weekly assignment videos. In fact, one of the first things you're going to have to do in week 1 is post your introduction. So you will be posting your introduction where you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself right away. And so inside your video for week 1 assignments, I will walk you through how to post your any discussion. So from here on out, you can post a discussion forum for your weekly discussion. I will make sure you are comfortable with that. Again, you can see they're all set to open on their specific dates. When week 1 opens, you'll see this be the same color there. Something else I want to just point out, the student services assignment, this is due by the end of week 16. However, I really do want my students to know, don't wait until week 16 to try to do this. So what the student services assignment is throughout now until the end of the semester, you need to attend either a workshop or some sort of activity or event on campus. So here are some options down here. Student life event, you can see there's some events coming up the first little bit of the semester. There's also the Leadership Academy that you can go through. The most common way to get this requirement done, and I will talk about this multiple times throughout the semester, is the Student Success Workshops found in my Circ State under Academic Support, where it says Student Success Workshops. Now, they still have the spring schedule in here, so eventually you will see, September, October, and so on. So what I would encourage you to do is within the first couple weeks of the semester, log in and take a look and see what workshops are being offered. And as you can see, they're still going to be mostly on Zoom. So this is nice for my online students who don't come to campus. You can still attend a workshop electronically without having to come to campus. So register, put it on your calendar, and make sure that you attend that workshop. When you have attended the workshop or one of the face-to-face student life events or the Leadership Academy, you will not be submitting like your registration confirmation, because anyone can register. You actually have to attend the workshop. So at the very end of the workshop or the event, you will get like a certificate of completion, if you will, or a certificate of attendance. That's what you will submit. And I will walk you through Dropbox assignments as well in future videos. Okay, so that's basically how your lessons are set up. So I wanted to make sure you were comfortable there. Some other features that you may want to make sure you're using: the course messages. Whenever you go in here, go to create message, and let's say you could message a classmate in here because it has all of your names in there, but let's say you wanted to get a hold of me. You would just find my name, click on it, move it over, put your subject here, and then type your message down here, and then hit submit. When I am grading and working in Blackboard, I will often, for the first several weeks especially, send you a message saying, hey, you're all done with week 1, or you're all done with week 2, so you know you're on the right track. I'm going to do that right inside Blackboard because it's just easier for me to do that while I'm in this learning management system. The announcement section, you can already see there's a little reminder to complete your orientation class. So you can see I already have my week 1 announcements loaded and ready to go. Anything I put in here as an announcement, I will also copy and send a course message. So you're going to see those in a couple different ways. I will also put links in here to the videos. You'll see when this goes live, the links to the different lecture videos, so you can click on them through the announcements, or they'll be uploaded in the lessons area. Something else that might be helpful to you is the course calendar. This is where you're going to see when all of your assignments are due. So it's already loaded in there. You can see Wednesdays your attendance deadlines, and Sundays the big day for a lot of other assignments. So now you have the course calendar, you have the announcements, you have the course messages, you have the syllabus, you have the weekly videos, all different ways to see what's going on and when things are due. You also have a My Grades tab where you can always be up to date on what is going on with your grades. You know where you stand at all times. And then there's different links over here, like if you needed student help in Blackboard, go to the digital library, those kind of things. So I hope this was helpful, a nice little overview of the course navigation, but please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you're having trouble with kind of some of these pieces of the course. And I look forward to a great semester with you. Bye.